This is a video on buying Zenoah clone chainsaws. Chinese have mass-produced this old 1970s design. Zenoah was bought out by Husqvarna, and it was a standard base model of a 52cc saw. They come in 45 all the way up to, I think, 62, 63 cc's. 4 different sizes. They're advertised, however, in sizes from 45 to 75 cc, and for the most part, they're almost always misadvertised. So they're probably the most prolific chainsaw in the world because of the Chinese reproducing them. They're just a remarkably good saw. And so this is one buying tip for picking up one of these good saws. There's usually 2 price points. One price point's around the $80 mark. You'll find those on eBay all over the place. The second price point is usually around $125 to $130. And you kind of get what you pay for, but there are bargains to be found, and here is a bargain. And this was bought off Amazon. And one of the things about Amazon, they'll list used product that really isn't used. What happens is you'll have used product that in fact is damaged boxes. And you can see this one that came, the box was all cut up. It was all bruised up. But the saw inside was actually just fine. It was advertised as a 45cc, and true to Chinese advertising form, it was not 45, and in fact was 52. I own a number of these saws, and I've always wanted the 45cc model to see how it performed. The one thing about these saws is they all have the same size carburetor, no matter what the cc displacement is. So you get a little more torque when you go up there and over the 60 cc's, but for the most part, they're all about the same. And I used to do videos telling everybody all of them are 52, doesn't matter what they say. But I guarantee if one says 75cc, it's clearly not 75. It's more than likely way below that. And the higher the price point on these, when you get in that 125, 130 range, you're probably going to get what you want. When you get down to these $80 saws, it's just, you never know what you're going to get when you get the package. And the parts on the cheaper ones are often quite bad. This saw turned out to be a really good quality. It was purchased for $58, advertised as used on Amazon, and the description said there'd be damage to the box and so on, and there was damage. Another friend of mine from the Facebook group, and by the way, join the Facebook group if you have questions and are interested in these cheap Chinese chainsaws. It's generic Chinese chainsaw Zenoah clone forum. And there's about 1,000 members on it. They don't get a lot of posts on it, but the people that do post are very knowledgeable. So if you pick one up and have questions on how to use it and how to fix parts and whatever, and the parts are just remarkably cheap. So I'm very pleased with my purchase. And back to the purchase on Amazon, if you look on an Amazon page, it's sometimes hard to find, but they'll usually say new and used from this price up. And this one said used at $58. And the used price went down. And there was 2 there, and one of my friend John N. from the Facebook group also bought one and measured it out, showing that it was not a 45C, but a 52. So we didn't get exactly what we wanted. We both wanted to try out the 45cc saws. This one is remarkably good quality. The plastic is much heavier than normal, and it just, everything is just one cut above on the saws. So before I get too long on this, I just want to point out that you just can't believe what they advertise these on cc size. You can see this thing was beat up all over the place, but everything inside was still intact and in pretty darn good shape. Very pleased with the purchase overall. So, when shopping for these, don't be afraid to look into and investigate the used ones on Amazon. Try to get one, my opinion is get one of the price point above $125, because as a general rule, you're getting a better saw with better parts. I picked up some for the $80 price range and had to replace the oiler, the starter, the ignition coil, pretty much everything. I always change out the spark plug when I first get one, because the spark plug can ruin an ignition coil, and that's too much work to get that darn flywheel off to replace. an oiler or getting to the ignition coil. So I wish you the best of luck in buying these. Please like and subscribe. And don't be afraid to go out and take a few chances on getting used products on Amazon. If the seller is selling a lot of these and they advertise some as used, they're probably just a damaged box. Good luck.